Another upload. What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing great. If you're not doing great, I hope this video will make you greater. Before we get started with the video, you guys already know the drill. Like any other YouTuber, any other video, make the gray thumbs up light up blue. Make the red rectangular box thingy gray. Comment down what you guys want me to react to next. Share this video with whoever you guys would like, however many people you like. Show support on this video, I'd really appreciate it. Charles Barkley, man. We're going to be reacting. How good was Charles Barkley actually? I obviously never grew up in the era where he played, but this guy's entertaining as heck to watch after post-game and halftime during the TNT stuff. So, we're going to see how good he actually was, bro. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into the video. Bang. Ugh. Here we go.
Younger NBA fans think of Charles Barkley as the funny analyst on Inside the NBA, maybe not fully realizing what a beast of a player he really was. Barkley is one of the best power forwards to ever play, and he remains one of the best players that never won an NBA title. Here's the career retrospective of Sir Charles Barkley. How good was he really in his prime, and where does he rank among the all-time greats?
Yo.
Pre-NBA. Charles Barkley was born in
W beats, bro. W beats. W intro.
Raised in Leeds, Alabama, and he spent most of his childhood playing basketball and eating. As a junior in high school, he weighed 240 pounds at 5'10", and nobody thought that he would make it as a player. And even though he grew to 6'4" during the summer, his weight also ballooned, and Barkley had cleared the 300-pound mark. Even at that size, Charles was still unbelievably jumpy and mobile, which got him a scholarship from the University of Auburn, then exclusively known for football. In college, Barkley still had a lot of trouble with weight and would often order multiple pizzas almost every night. And by the morning, there would remain nothing but the carton boxes in which they came in. Assistant coach Sonny Smith recalled the general opinion on Barkley during his Auburn days. He's fat, but on the court, he's like a hurricane. He clears out everything in front of him. Barkley's trademark play was grabbing the rebound, dribbling the full length of the court, and then finishing with a thunderous jam at the other end. Charles played center at Auburn and led the Southeastern Conference in rebounding in each of his 3 college seasons, despite being shorter than every other center by at least 4 or 5 inches. Because of his hefty posterior and crazy athleticism, he earned himself the nickname the Round Mound of Rebound, which stuck for the rest of his career. Charles averaged 14.8 points on 68% shooting, 9.6 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1.7 blocks per game in college, and led the Auburn Tigers to their first ever appearance, 8 points on 68% shooting, 9.6 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1.7 blocks per.
Yo, the way he got up for that steal is crazy, bro. Hold up, this guy was mad
game in college, and led the Auburn Tigers to their first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament.
Them short shorts go hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie, them short shorts go hard, bro. I love those short shorts.
Tournament in 1984. This earned him a place in the 2nd All-American team and the 5th pick in the 1984 NBA draft, where the Philadelphia 76ers selected him in the best draft class in history. Moses, and adjusting to the NBA. Barkley didn't want to get drafted by the Sixers because he thought he would only be able to make $75,000 because of Philadelphia's salary cap situation. So, he intentionally went on a 2-day eating binge just before the draft so that the Sixers would pass on him, and that he could earn more money somewhere else. However, the Sixers selected him despite Barkley.
Bro, Barkley literally started to tank before NBA teams even tried to tank. Think about that. That's crazy.
Weighing over 300 pounds. But when the season started, Charles found out that he couldn't dominate the NBA being 50 pounds overweight. Unlike Michael Jordan, who got drafted in the same draft class by the perpetual lottery team in Chicago Bulls, Barkley came into a veteran team who had just won the NBA championship in 1983. In Philly, he was schooled by 2 future Hall of Famers, Julius Erving and Moses Malone. It was Malone who became Barkley's primary mentor and the person who had the biggest influence on his NBA career. "You're fat and you're lazy," Moses said to Barkley during his rookie year. If anybody else had said that to him, a fiery 22-year-old Charles would have probably cursed him out and kept eating pizzas. But because Moses Malone was a 3-time NBA MVP and the Finals MVP from the 1983 championship team, Barkley had no other choice but to listen. He trimmed down to 250 pounds, which has more or less been his playing weight throughout the best years of his career. And even though he wasn't bad as a rookie, averaging 14 points and 8.6 rebounds per game, after he lost those 50 pounds, he averaged 20 and 13 as a sophomore. Leader of the team and early playoff exits. After Barkley's second season in the NBA, the 76ers decided to trade Moses Malone and give the team's reins to Barkley, which was a huge mistake. It's not that Barkley wasn't capable of carrying a team at that point, but the fact was that Moses had a lot of good basketball left in the tank. Big Mo was an all-star in the next 3 years in Washington and Atlanta, averaging 21 points and 12 rebounds. The players that the Sixers got in return didn't pan out, and Barkley might have won a championship in those 3 years with Moses. Instead, he became by far the best player on the team, which was great for the stat sheet, but he lacked the quality support to make it far in the playoffs. After Dr. J's retirement in 1987, the Sixers didn't win a playoff series in 4 years, despite stellar performances from Barkley. Sir Charles averaged 26 points and 12 rebounds from 1986 to 1991.
Those are crazy numbers, bro.
He was in the NBA top 10 in both scoring and rebounding.
He
led the league in true shooting percentages 4 years in a row in that span. Along with 4 assists, he was dishing out every night. By the end of the 80s, Chuck was not far behind Magic and Jordan in the contention for the best basketball player alive. However, frustration grew over the Sixers' management's inability to build a good team. Barkley had the biggest mouth in the entire league, and he often criticized the organization's leadership and regularly expressed his dissatisfaction in the media. This was also reflected on the floor, where he often got into verbal and physical duels with rival players, as well as quarrels with fans, both home and away. It didn't matter. Duels with rival players, as well as quarrels with fans, both.
Bro. I think Charles knew what he was doing. He wasn't really trying to hit him. He hit him with the side of his arm. He knew, I wonder how much that fine was, though. That's probably crazy. But all of that, like him talking and being honest and even criticizing his own team and ownership, I mean, that's who he is to this day. I mean, he's still the same guy. This is why people love Charles Barkley. This is why I love Charles Barkley. I mean, this guy's entertaining to watch, and he just speaks to what he wants to speak.
Home and away, it didn't matter. It all culminated in January of 1991 when he responded to insults from the stands by spitting at the man who insulted him. But instead, he spat on the little girl sitting in that part of the stands. That incident changed him forever, as he vowed never to lose control like that again on the court. That who insulted him. But instead, he spat on the little girl sitting in that part of the stands. That incident changed him forever, as he vowed never to lose control like that again on the court. For the 1992 season, Barkley was named an All-Star for the 6th year in a row. But after the Sixers failed to make the playoffs, Charles was fed up, and the Sixers finally gave in and traded him to Phoenix. Dream Team, MVP, and a trip to the finals. Charles was among the 12 players to represent the USA during the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona, the first time ever that Americans had sent pro players to the Olympics. Charles was the best player on the Dream Team, leading the team in scoring with 18 points per game on a phenomenal 71% shooting. After he won the gold in Barcelona, Barkley arrived in Phoenix in the best shape of his life. He never looked better, he never sounded more immersed in basketball, and his confidence was through the roof. Because for the first time since he was a rookie, he had a quality collection of teammates to accompany him. The Suns were led by him and fellow All-Stars Dan Marley and Kevin Johnson, and won 62 games in the regular season, the best record in the NBA, with 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists on average. Barkley deservingly won the Most Valuable Player award for the 92-93 season. Chuck was fantastic throughout the playoffs, especially in the West Finals against the Sonics, where he pushed the Suns to victory with a triple-double in Game 7. In the finals, Barkley and the Suns were awaited by Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, who were aiming for a three-peat. The 93 Finals is among the best final series in NBA history, where Jordan, Pippen, and Barkley played the best basketball of their careers. Chicago stole the first 2 wins in Phoenix. The Suns got the third game after 3 overtimes. In the fourth, Michael Jordan dropped 55 points for a close Bulls win, with Phoenix sending the series back to Arizona for 2 deciding games. In Game 6, the Suns had a 2-point lead with 15 seconds to go, but then John Paxson showed up and hit a 3 for the Bulls' 3rd championship title. Despite not excelling in all 6 matches, Barkley showed all the splendor of his talent, the transition game, the great understanding of geometry on the floor, the physical strength, the post-up game, mid-range shooting, and of course, rebounding. He also showed a tremendous amount of heart and will to win, and although MJ defeated him in a direct clash, Barkley proved that he certainly had the right to put his hands on the MVP trophy that season. Chuck finished the series with averages of 27.3, 13, 5.5 on 48% shooting, which didn't even paint the picture of how good and dominant he was that year. Finals years and playoff disappointments. Barkley was crushed by the defeat against the Bulls. A blank stare at the press conference after the finals said it all. The Suns had 2 more great seasons, but they lost twice in a row against the later champions Houston Rockets. After holding a 2-0 and twice in a row against the later champions Houston Rockets. After holding a 2-0 and 3-1 lead. Barkley then got into a beef with Kevin Johnson, and that shattered the Suns team, one of the best who failed to win the title. Barkley healed his wounds with another Olympic gold medal in 1996, where he was again the top scorer of the U.S. Olympic team, shooting a staggering 82% from the field. Chuck then went to Houston to try and win a championship with Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon, but the trio were no longer in their prime and could not make it to another NBA Finals. Barkley spent 4 years in Houston, and his production slowly but surely dropped in each of those 4 years. A quadriceps rupture sidelined him for 4 months in his last NBA season, but Charles returned because he wanted to leave the game on his own legs. He scored the last basket of his career, burned because—
Not gonna lie, those jerseys are hard, bro. Bro, I was playing on 2K, bro, and the Rockets have one like that, but it's like a bit darkish bluish, I think, bro, and those things are hard, bro. That design of the Rocket thing with the basketball, that's hard, bro. That's hard. That's hard.
Because he wanted to leave the game on his own legs. He scored the last basket of his career after an offensive rebound against the Vancouver Grizzlies, after which he left the floor and finally said goodbye to basketball. Legacy.
That's a go.
In 1986, Barkley became the shortest player in league history to win the NBA rebounding title with 14.6 rebounds per game. At 6'5", Barkley was out-rebounding 7-footers on the regular. And bear in mind that he played in the golden era of NBA centers. Barkley never averaged less than 10 rebounds per game after his rookie season. And because he did this at 6'5", many believe that he was the best rebounder that ever played, together with Dennis Rodman. He often told me, "Just shoot. I'll catch every miss and put it back in the basket." It was mostly like that. His desire to catch the rebound was the biggest I've ever seen in my life, said Hersey Hawkins, Charles's teammate for 4 seasons. Chuck was unstoppable in transition, very similar to LeBron James, as nobody would dare to put their body in front of a 250-pound freight train when he sprinted at full speed. When he got the ball deep in the low post, there was almost nothing that defense could do to stop him. Barkley combined his huge butt with astonishing explosiveness and scored almost without fail against his huge butt post. There was almost nothing that defense could do to stop him. Barkley combined his huge butt with astonishing explosiveness and scored almost without fail against players who were much taller than him. If there was a double team, Charles would always find an open teammate, which is proven by the career average of 4 assists per game, a big number for a power forward. If he won a title, he'd be higher on the list of the best NBA players in history. But even without one, he's among the 5 best players at his position and 50 best overall. Other than his stellar play on the court, Barkley had arguably the most colorful and controversial personality in NBA history. He was one of the best trash talkers ever, and this man would be arguing during the game with his coach, teammates, opponents, referees, and fans. And then he would deliver a cold-blooded performance of, say, 25 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists on 70% shooting, as if he was in deep focus throughout the game. With Barkley, it has never been boring. Chuck had the habit of expressing his opinion at any cost, no matter how much it clashed with good taste and social norms, and you could never guess what kind of controversial statement Barkley would give to the media. He made jokes about journalists, fans, and teammates, but he often laughed at himself, which translated to an exceptional TV career on TNT's Inside the NBA. With his quick-thinking humor and the absolute lack of filter, Chuckster changed sports television forever and became the best sports analyst in TV history, despite the fact he can't pronounce many of the current players' names, nor recognize half of them.
Hey, W video, who made this video? Nonstop Sports, W video. This was very educational, so to say. On Charles Barkley, because I obviously never grew up watching Charles Barkley, but I have always, all I've heard about his game is just he never won a championship. Because every time I watch the show, Shaq, it's on him, and if you guys know, they always like roast each other. And Shaq, every time he gets like, he gets irritated by him, his go-to line is, well, that's why I got, you know, the amount of rings that I have and everything. So, but no, I mean, this guy averaged more points as a power forward and center than some of these guards nowadays. Actually, a lot of these guards nowadays. And back in the day, it was more physical. It was more a physical game. It's still physical now, but it's like way more like what a flagrant is now isn't the same as what a flagrant was then. Is what I'm trying to say. So, if you guys like this video, make sure to make that thumbs up. Turn from gray to blue. Make that make the red rectangular box thingy gray. Comment down what you guys want to see from me next. I'll react to it and I'll make it happen for you guys. Share this video to whoever, how many ever people you want to. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I know I will. Catch you in the next one. Bow.